It's the fear of God, baby. Yeah. Ah, yeah. It's the fear of God, baby. This evidence, soul, piece of flesh, past bone, on the way to your soul. I know truth, I know it hurts. Most of y'all slept on with his last from the dead that got off his ass on the tombstone. Don't look for me now, nigga, I'm gone. Fuck every bitch and hoe ass nigga that try to shit on. I thought twisted fantasy in the HOV lane, so watch the throne. In the H, my name in the streets like Yellowstone. Boy, I'm coming down like fire on brimstone on the table. Pocket sharper than blade on the redstone. Talking down on my name, I said we can't condone. When you hear that horn blow, just know it ain't trombone. Shout out to Ryan J, then I gotta do how to flow, Frisco, my niggas. What it do? Watch a little bro flip, I'm just doing come through. Just an exercise, I'm getting practice watching these guys. Coming for it all, everything that's mine. We can play it how you wanna play it, nigga, that's fine. Just cross the line, his hands on autopilot, just watch him fly. I got a whole can of shoe polish to put on that eye. Watch, I'm one west till they bury me. For my people, best believe I'll catch felony and sit my time out like Paul. Come out and ball and bunch of rappers like nigga, that's my name on the wall. What? Took the crown from Saul. My Hebrew name is time the doctor means justice, that's all. Far from the lot, best believe I'll be a king when I fall. Take a walk in my shoes, it ain't a journey for the small. My bitch is bad, my wives are problem. Shit, I never got it. Virtual killer lines, so get it twisted when they modest. It's kind of one kind, holding contests, move the loudest. They all wear phones, cause I like easy access. They stick to the purpose I can cast any actress. They know as long as they play their part, they got my heart. And if you doubt me in love, faith, the unbelieving the bar. My life is chaotic, step back, best out, yeah, work hard. The most high gave me a dish to serve cold. My enemies hard, favor instead. Service out of the bar. He who has an ear, let him hear Shakespearean heart. Who goes there, keep it deaf, boy. Find your toy to play with, I ain't the one, boy. And that the one, the Padawan, Yoda, any Obi-Wan, boy. I asshole by nature, son of trading zero. Since non-pareil, I swear it ain't been no equal in my own lane. My unborn son to be the sequel. The day he touched earth to be the heir of a badass Negro who walks tall as a steeple. Take food off my table, I get me eater. Just a Jesus on my revelation. For stroke on the easel. Call me Box Pop Pooley, voice of the people. The fear of God like pray to an eagle. This a prince of the power, keep it deadly, shoot this.
All right. Clap it up, clap it up. All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana, you understand? So it's Monday, you understand, which is the history class where we start breaking down line upon line, precept upon precept, based off of historical records. So today class a little bit different. You know, we gonna get into like current things that's going on. So the name of today's class is the sign of the times. All right. So basically dealing with what's going on today. You understand? If somebody could give me, let's see, go to Matthew 24 and 36 and read for me. You gotta go ahead and read it.
So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. Mm-hmm. But of that day and hour.
Of what?
But of that day and hour. Mm-hmm. Knoweth no man.
You know what I'm saying? So no man knows the day or the hour. You know what I'm saying? And what day or the hour are we talking about? Anybody? Yabakan, go ahead.
Salaki is the return of Yahweh. Amen.
Give that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? All right. So no man knoweth the day or the hour when the Lord is to return. Right? Go ahead, read.
Come, sir. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Mm-hmm. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were.
But as the day of who?
Noah.
Who's Noah? Go ahead.
Slack, sir. Noah.
Come. So as the day of Noah was, keep reading.
Come. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So what was going on during the time of Noah? Anybody? Jeff?
Everybody was full of sin. In the time of Noah, it was just basically him who had righteousness in his immediate family.
So how did Noah have righteousness?
Because he obeyed the Lord.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. Yeah. So yes, he obeyed the Lord. What else? What else did Noah do during
Build
that
the
time?
ark.
Okay. Okay. You own it. All right. So while he was building the ark, I mean, he's building the ark in the middle of the woods. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the townspeople, heard this nigga building this monolith of whatever it is. It's huge as hell in the middle of the forest. And ain't no water nearby. So what you think the townspeople was doing? Go ahead.
They was laughing at him and poking fun at him.
Right, but do you think that they possibly asked him a question like what he was doing?
Sir.
Oh yeah, like that. It's like you think they were asking questions? What type of question would you think they was asking?
They was asking him what he was doing, sir.
Right, and what you think Noah said?
He told him the truth. He was building.
He told him the what?
The truth.
And what was the truth?
That the Lord warned him of a flood and that he was building an ark.
Right. So basically, I mean, first I'll get that brother in, right? So Noah was the first person basically teaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? So Noah's out here telling niggas that it's gonna rain. Nigga, water ain't never fell from the sky before. You know what I'm saying? Before that time, water had never fallen from the sky. You know what I'm saying? So Noah was prophesying of what was gonna happen. You feel me? Similar to today. You know what I'm saying? The Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, we're out here on the street corners, you know what I'm saying? Prophesying, whether it's to the wind or to people. Saying that the sky's gonna crack open, 200 million UFOs gonna come, and it's gonna be led by a revolutionary black man with red eyes and a white afro, whose garment is gonna be all white, and the hem of it is gonna be dipped in blood. You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds crazy. No one has ever seen 200 million UFOs open up the sky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they didn't even have that many Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So the Lord, so Christ was saying, because we're reading in Matthew, the colors of the words are red, so using Christ's words. So Christ said it's gonna be just like in the days of Noah. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, people sinning, going about doing their normal everyday life. You know what I'm saying? But you had one amongst the children of Adam that was faithful, that was righteous. You understand? Many are called, but few are chosen. You understand? And he decided to stand firm and speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, man, the Lord gonna rain down water from the sky. Like, this nigga crazy as hell. Water in the ocean, gonna come from the sky. Nigga, put the peyote down, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Nah, put the peyote down, man. What you talking about? You sound crazy. You understand? Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 38.
So just like in the time of Noah, it's going to be like the time when Christ comes. All right? So you're going to have a select chosen, right, that's going to be out here doing the work of the Lord, and it's going to look crazy to everybody. You understand? They're gonna call you foolish, stupid. You understand? We out here in the highways and byways where there's people out there not shouting to the wind, saying that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
They were what?
Eating and drinking.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Corona has got everything shut down, but you know what ain't closed? Strip clubs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You wanna know what ain't closed? Bars and clubs. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's the new prohibition era.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? People supposed to be inside, not going outside unless you're an essential worker or you going to your job or going home. But what niggas, first off, they following their oppressor because the oppressor was riding saying, well, you're obstructing my way of life. You know what I'm saying? To the points where they had AR-15s protesting, talking about, I should be able to go get a haircut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was in the house, they couldn't go get a haircut. You understand? So what niggas, we should be able to go out and party and BS. So, they out here gallivanting, you know what I'm saying, doing what they want to do as thou will. You feel me? But you know what else is open? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
You understand? We out here still teaching the truth. You understand? When what is closed? The church is closed.
Right.
You understand? That's the place where the sick and laden is supposed to come. You know what I'm saying? It should be a mass healing of COVID-19. You understand? They should be coming to get that holy healing water. You know what I'm saying? That healing oil. You know what I'm saying? They put on, or what it was the healing cake where they heal people. You understand? But the churches are closed. You understand? What happened to the sick and shut-in list? Ain't you supposed to be going to the hospital and going to go visit the sick and the shut-in? Why you not going to go visit the people that got COVID-19? Because you're afraid that you are going to contract the COVID-19. But here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, who do we fear? The Father we fear. You understand? And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all knowledge, all understanding. You understand? Keep reading, now.
Come, sir. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
You understand? So the same thing is going on today. You understand? People are still it's COVID-19. They still having big weddings, you know what I'm saying, in the banquet halls and stuff like that. You understand? Like, we got a mass pandemic, you know what I'm saying? People don't care. People going on living their same life, crackheads still cracking. You know what I'm saying? Weed heads still weeding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Harlots still whoring. You know what I'm saying? Whoremongers still pimping. You know what I'm saying? These things ain't changed. People still going about their day-to-day life like nothing has changed, like there's no consequences, nothing. You understand? Even though in the Bible it has prophesied about plagues and pestilence in the book of Revelation. And we talking about the signs of the time. We're talking about modern day history. You understand? Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came.
And knew not when?
Until the flood came.
You understand? They not gonna know until, as a matter of fact, somebody pan this camera to that back wall for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Turn the camera right. Keep turning. Drop it down some. They not gonna know until that day come, you know what I'm saying, when Christ with the chariots and the UFOs raining down fire. You understand? Turn it back to me.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? They not gonna know until a scene on Independence Day. Keep turning. Down a little bit, stop. All right? They not gonna know until the day of the Lord. You understand? Like, can you imagine how terrifying the sight is gonna be for just people at Carol's? You know what I'm saying? Carol's ain't closing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, if y'all native to Houston, but Carol's is probably the longest running club for black people outside of the Red Rooster. Okay? So imagine niggas coming out of Carol's and they just see the sky on fire and 2 million chariots You know what I'm saying? Dude walking out of the club with a blunt in his mouth. He gonna be like, oh my God. You understand? They say it's gonna be such an earth-shattering moment that the dead are going to get out of the crypt and walk. Like it's gonna be a scene out of Thriller, but with no Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, get it, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a scene out of the Thriller, The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? The Day the Earth Stood Still, Independence Day, Battlefield LA. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be something terrifying. You understand? So, and then people are going to be like, oh, Lord, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But it's too late. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, sir. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
You feel me? All right, now give me Luke 21 and 7. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into the thick of it. We gonna prove that the Bible is real today. Like people think that the Bible is fairy tales. You know what I'm saying? We gonna disprove some of these fairy tales that you think are fairy tales in the Bible with footage.
Right.
You understand? With footage. All right, go ahead.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be?
But what?
But when shall these things be?
Or it sounds like an unbeliever, Christian. You know, as a matter of fact, not even the Christian. Well, everybody that ain't in the truth is a Christian. Right. I don't care if you're an atheist, you still a Christian.
Right.
You understand? So don't like bro, like, okay, so the Bible's real, right? The Bible's real. So you believe in the Bible, right? So doesn't it say in the Bible that the water is supposed to turn into blood? When that's gonna happen? When is that gonna happen? You understand? Doesn't the Bible say that it's supposed to be a great lake of fire? When is that gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? What about Armageddon? You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like a great war between the angels and Satan. When is that gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? That's what he's asking right now. Oh, you're the Messiah. Give us a sign. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Give us a sign from heaven. You know what I'm saying? Show us it. That's just like when he was on the cross. If you're the Son of God, get down up off the cross.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is the same spirit of our people that has been here. It ain't nothing changed. So I'm saying that there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, sir. But when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Verse 8, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived.
Do what?
Take heed that ye be not deceived.
Listen. You understand? Listen. Hearken. You understand? You want to know how you take heed? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You understand? By being locked in with your brothers and sisters. The scripture says you should not forsake the fellowship of believers. You understand? That is the only way that you fall wayside in this truth, man. By thinking that you're strong enough to survive in this world on your own. You can't do nothing by yourself except die. That's right. You understand? But here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get that rakah. You know what I'm saying? That rawak. You know what I'm saying? That spirit, that breath of life. You understand? You're going to come a new and living soul, a new creation, a new creature. You understand? You're going to be alive. And the only way you stay alive is by being in this body, by being in this truth, man. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, sir. Verse 8, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name.
But who?
For many shall come in my name.
Islam.
For many.
Christianity.
Shall come in my name.
Hinduism.
For many.
Buddhism.
Shall come.
Santeria.
In my name.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Voodoo. You know what I'm saying? Ifa. You understand? Like, many are going to come in the name of the Lord and say they have the truth.
Right.
This is the way. This is the true way to the enlightenment. You understand? But all of them, you end up being a whore.
Right.
Right.
All of them, you end up being a whoremonger, a drug addict. You understand? Here in the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge, we require for you to be perfect.
Right.
You understand? In the Christian church, they say, come as you are. You don't have to change. You understand? If you're a weed head, it's okay. You can come in here and be a weed head, not in my house. You understand? Not in the house of the Lord. You will change or you'll die.
That's right.
That's the spirit of Christ. The Lord is a man of war. You understand? How can you war for your household and you can't even war for yourself?
Right.
You understand? Keep reading now.
Come, sir. Say, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not, therefore, after them.
Do what?
Go ye not, therefore, after them.
You know how many people since Christ left came and said that I'm the Messiah? Go ahead.
So like I said,
Can I get some more water, Bible shop?
to bring up the point of like the people, they got them folks out there drinking the Kool-Aid and stuff, saying that I am him. Got people getting bit by snakes in churches and all that kind of stuff
Right.
they got going on. Because
Right.
they professing to be the Messiah.
You know what I'm saying? You got your boy Jim Jones. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you know, many people saying that they are Messiah and they're the way to New Zion and led people to death. The only way that you're going to follow Christ is by following the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
That's it. Keep reading.
Come, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. But when ye shall hear wars,
Ye shall do what?
hear of wars.
You understand? So before this whole COVID-19 situation happened, that's all we was on brink of war with Russia,
Right.
with Putin. You understand? Kim Jong-un. You understand? We was on the brink of war. You understand? But you still don't believe. Like if that would have popped off, like we'd have been in World War III.
Right.
But you still don't believe. You know what I'm saying? He said you would hear wars and rumors of wars. Keep reading.
Come, sir. And commotions.
And what?
Commotions.
Mm-hmm.
Be not terrified.
Don't be afraid of, man, they doing nuclear testing out in the Gulf, man. You know what I'm saying? They got some new stuff, some new type of missiles, man. They make Tony Stark look like child's play. You understand? Go ahead, Knobs. You said you had something you want to comment?
I was just gonna throw in the chemtrail, sir.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Chemtrails, you know, be not terrified. You know, the COVID-19, be ye not terrified.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying don't be foolish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Adhere to protect yourself, to protect your family. Don't be a fool out. Don't be a fool, Akawa. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful. You understand? Scripture says, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. First
Right.
part is be wise. You understand? Keep reading.
Come, sir. For these things must first come to pass,
Mm-hmm.
but the end is not by and by.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation.
Well, check. I mean, we already got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, America just roll up like a bully on the block and just, you know what I'm saying, blow the spot up and roll out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got everybody hating each other. You feel me? The Middle East has always been at war. Ain't never been no peace in the Middle East.
Right.
You understand? So we there with check. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get way worse. But I'm just saying that's a check that you can put on the bulletin board.
Right.
You feel me? Keep reading.
Coming out of one kind. And kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And great, verse 11,
Mm-hmm.
and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
You know what I'm saying? And you gonna have great earthquakes in diverse places. You know what I'm saying? Now we gonna start touching on these things, but I just want to go. We gonna dwell on verse 11. You know what I'm saying? But keep reading.
Come, sir. And famines,
Mm-hmm.
and pestilences,
And what?
and pestilences.
COVID-19. You understand? We here. You understand? Hold what you got. Give me Go to Revelations 16 and 4. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pull up our first point. And for those that's in class, apologize, we have technical difficulties. You're gonna have to go on your phone so you can see what we showing on here, so you can see what's going on. Go ahead.
Come, sir. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 16, verse 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood.
And they became what?
And they became blood.
Okay, so hold that. Go to Exodus 7 and 14.
Come, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go. Verse 15. Go thee unto Pharaoh in the morning. Lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink against he come. And the rod which has turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thine hand. Verse 16. And thou shalt say unto him, the Lord, the power of the Hebrews, have sent me unto thee, saying, let my people go, and they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Verse 17. Thus saith the Lord, in this thou shalt know I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood.
So what the Lord has done before, he'll do it again.
Right.
You understand? Notice that he's always made reference to the past. You understand? Like when Christ said he's coming back, he said it's gonna be just like the time of Noah. People are gonna be sinning, doing all types of debauchery, just like they did back then. You know what I'm saying? Now we go to Revelations, you understand? And it says that he's going to turn an angel, you understand, in the spiritual realm, he's going to pour a veil out over the waters, and they're going to turn to blood. You understand? Referencing what has already happened in real life. You understand? Keep reading.
You still in Exodus?
Yeah, Exodus, yes, sir.
What was it? 7?
Use it at the end of 17.
Go.
18.
8. Okay.
Yeah, Exodus 7 and 18. What? Exodus 7 and 18.
Come. Come. And this is the book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 18. And the fish that is in the river shall die.
Shall do what?
Die.
Shall do what?
Die. And the river shall stink. And the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river.
Hold that. All right, so y'all pull up the live stream on your phone so y'all can, you know what I'm saying?
Site in Brevard County. Some are even calling this site biblical. The city of Cocoa Beach is dealing with its canals turning red. Officials now say they know what's causing it. News 6's James Barbero has the results of the latest test, all new at 5:30.
You don't need to be a scientist to see what's happening in this canal is not normal. Water experts say the bright red algae is not toxic, but neighbors are skeptical because we're finding dead fish.
I've been here 40 years, and this is going to be probably one of the worst seasons we have as the weather warms up.
Rising temperatures and an overabundance of nutrients, another deadly, in this case, bloody, combination for the Indian River Lagoon.
This is very sad. Clearly fish are dying. Clearly, it's right in front of us.
Janet Hosmer watched these canals near downtown go from clear to murky, from blue to red.
Each year it has gotten worse and worse. It's disgusting.
There's not a lot of circulation in those areas of the lagoon.
University of Florida researchers tested the water and say it's not toxic. But when the red algae blooms out, it deprives oxygen, just like brown tide. That could explain dead fish floating in what looks more like a lifeless punch bowl than one of the world's most biodiverse ecosystems.
What other color could the lagoon possibly turn? We've seen blue, green, brown, now red.
We've seen all the colors of the rainbows over the years, but there's always been blooms in the lagoon.
We really need to focus on cleaning our lagoon.
As the county debates more ideas and collects tax dollars, neighbors want results and they want them now.
Open the locks, flush out our systems. We desperately need to take care of our environment.
In Cocoa Beach, I'm James Sparvero, News 6.
All right, so for all those that's saying that what's in the Bible ain't real, you understand? That's living proof right there. You understand? For those that don't know what's going on across the world, this is called red tide. You understand? So red tide, Salaki. So red tide, what it is it's algae, you understand, that's having an aggregated bloom effect, you understand, that's putting extra oxygen in the water. Too much to where fish can't breathe. It's like them being up on Earth. You understand? And when they go through this massive bloom, it turns the entire water supply to red. Now, this just didn't happen in River. It happened in Florida. It happened in China. You understand? It happened in Russia. You understand? It's happening all over the world. But you don't really hear about it. You understand? And you know what else it does? It kills all marine life. It's been killing whales. You understand? Fishes. You understand? Sea turtles. Anything that's in the sea, it's been killing. So when things die, what does it smell like? Anybody? Go ahead.
It's like it stank.
You understand? Now read Exodus chapter 7, verse 18 again.
Con out of one con. And the fish that is in the river shall die.
Shall do what?
Die.
Mm-hmm.
And the river shall stink.
It shall what?
Stink.
You understand? Now go back to Revelation 16 and 4.
Con.
You understand? People talking about that the Bible isn't real. The Bible is happening right before you. But you get so caught up in Hollywood flashing lights, you can't notice the miracles of the Bible happening right before your very eyes. You understand? Go ahead, read.
Come, sir. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood.
And they became what?
Blood.
You understand? So this is all. So this is a sign of revelation, the coming of Christ. You understand? Like Christ is coming. Like this is not a fairy tale. This is not a time to play. You understand? You get your stuff together, man. Like this is not a game. You understand? In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we as priests, we take this work seriously. Right. Because our people's lives are on the line. You understand? Like Paul, I wish that all of Israel can and will be saved. But the fact of the matter is, niggas are going to die because of the hubris of their ignorance. You understand? And it's happening right in front of their face. You understand? In the video, they said that this is of biblical proportion. They said it on the news. But you think it's a game. You think it's something to trifle with and something to play with, and it's not. You understand? Go back to Luke 21. What was you at in 21? You was at
I think 11, sir.
Huh?
I think 11.
Yeah.
Luke 21 and 11.
Right, yeah, 21 and 11.
Come, sir. And famines and pestilences.
All right, so let's deal with that. Let's deal with famine. All right? So let's deal with another situation in the Bible where there was mass famine. Let's go back to Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Give me Exodus 10 and 3.
Come, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 3. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus said the Lord, power of the Hebrews, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go.
Do what?
Let my people go.
You understand? Commanding General Yohana has been saying this, that us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that we need to come together. You understand? Matter of fact, before you read on, give me Yabakan, you pull this. Give me Salaki. Give me Revelations 18 and 4. You understand? Hold what you got.
Come.
Yeah, hold what you got, Kunaz.
Come.
Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
You understand? That's what we say in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been saying that. You know what I'm saying? Come out of her so you don't get AIDS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a plague. You know what I'm saying? Come out of her so you don't get a blue waffle. Yeah, Google that. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Come out of her so you don't get hypertension, high blood pressure, COPD. You understand? Come out of her so you don't get COVID-19. You understand? Come out of her so you don't get malaria, West Nile. You understand? Come out of her. You understand? So you be not partakers of their pledge. Because one thing about the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, during this whole quarantine situation and things been sparse, every brother and sister in the school did ate.
That's right.
You understand? Every brother and sister has been able to provide for their family. Children have been able to have diapers, Pampers, Similac. You understand? Like fathers have been able to provide roofs for their families and for themselves. You understand? So come out of her so you won't be partakers of their plague. You want another plague that's going on? There's about to be a mass eviction rate that's about to go through America right now. You understand? Because people aren't able to go back to work. They stalled out unemployment. You understand? And people aren't able to go to the normal jobs that they had. You understand? People aren't able to feed their children. That's famine. You understand? This is biblical magnitude that's happening right now in front of your face. But that's not good enough. You need a sign from heaven, right? Go back to Exodus. We're about to give you another sign from heaven that's happening right now.
Come, sir. This is verse 4 of Exodus chapter 10. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locust into thy coast.
He gonna bring what?
The locust into thy coast. Verse 5. And they shall cover the face of the earth.
They gonna do what?
And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped.
They gonna eat the what?
And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped.
Think of it like this. You gonna be trying to eat a Dorito. You know what I'm saying? A grasshopper Lowe's gonna come grab the Dorito out your hand. You're gonna have a little crumb, drop the crumb, another one on the ground. He gonna eat the crumbs.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna grab the morsels of what's left. You thought you had some breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? You thought you had some ends of the bread. It's gone. They gonna eat it all. Keep reading.
Another one come, which remaineth unto you from the hail.
From the what?
From the hail.
So everything that's left over that the Lord has destroyed. You understand? So like right now, we got this whole COVID situation happening, right? So food has been scarce because it's like just like how during the Great Depression there was a run on the bank. There's been a run on the grocery stores. I don't know if y'all remember when COVID first happened. You couldn't get water. You could barely find water. You understand? Food was sparse. You couldn't really get into the grocery stores like that because they wouldn't let people in like that. You understand? So people was out here panicking. You understand? So this caused great famine, and while all of this is going on, this is what's happening. All right, so let me pull up the next one. Y'all gonna have to let's see. Go ahead.
Something weird happened over the Arabian Peninsula. A large cyclone passed over the Rubahali Desert.
All right, go ahead. Before I play the video, go ahead.
I was just saying they was buying truckloads of toilet paper too. Wasn't nobody thinking about that, but they was getting it all.
No sweat. All right, so let's play the next video. All right, so we just read in Exodus what's going on, right?
Right.
The Lord's gonna bring locusts, and they was gonna basically take the morsels of the morsels, right?
Right.
All right, now shoot, let's get to it.
Something weird happened over the Arabian Peninsula. A large cyclone passed over the Rubahali Desert, a massive stretch of unbroken sand also called the Empty Quarter. It usually looks like this. But after the cyclone, it looked like this. Lakes had formed between the dunes. The desert was filled with water for the first time in 20 years. Then, 5 months later, it happened again. Another cyclone hit. Over the next year, powerful cyclones kept coming out of the Arabian Sea at a frequency not seen in decades. It caused catastrophic flooding in normally dry areas across the region, but especially here, in East Africa. Today, the floodwaters have receded, but they left behind a different type of disaster.
Millions of locusts.
A plague of biblical proportions. The worst in 70 years.
Their impact devastating.
Unprecedented threat to food security.
There's no end in sight.
This is a desert locust. It's a type of grasshopper that lives across this area from Northwest Africa to Western Asia. Typically, desert locusts spend most of their time alone, in what's called their solitary phase. They only really meet with others to mate. But if the weather starts to shift, that can lead to a transformation. If a normally dry area becomes unusually lush with vegetation, as it would after heavy rains, these insects will start to congregate. That sudden crowding triggers a hormone, and the locust starts to change, both physically and mentally. It starts with a color shift, from a muddled brown color to a bright yellow. Its body shrinks and its endurance increases, which optimizes it for flight. Its brain grows, and so does its appetite. This is called the gregarious phase. They eat and breed, leaving their eggs in the damp soil. When they hatch, they form what are called hopper bands, swarms of tens of thousands of non-flying but voracious insects that move together as a unit. Eventually, they develop wings. And once they take flight, it's almost impossible to stop them. Locust swarms ride the wind, which allows them to travel up to 150 kilometers a day. A single swarm can contain up to 150 million insects per square kilometer. Each one consumes its body weight in vegetation daily. In 24 hours, a swarm of that size eats more food than 35,000 people. Since late 2019, East Africa has been experiencing its worst locust outbreak in decades. In 2020, the area has seen swarms as large as 2,400 square kilometers. That's a swarm of insects over 3 times the size of New York City, capable of eating as much food as tens of millions of people. The swarms of bugs are so thick that airplanes have been forced to divert their course. Billions of ravenous insects sweep through areas, decimating acres of farmland and threatening already food-scarce regions been forced to divert their course. Billions of ravenous insects sweep through areas, decimating acres of farmland and threatening already food-scarce regions with famine.
There's nothing left to harvest. There's nothing else that I know how to do.
And they're spreading. In February, Pakistan declared a state of emergency. By late May, the swarms had reached parts of northern India for the first time since 1962. And the biggest factor in all this is the weather. Locusts reproduce exponentially when the weather is in their favor. With every new generation, the population increases 20-fold. So if a normally dry area stays wet for a long time, the population will explode. And that's what researchers think happened, starting with the 2018 cyclone. The unusual amount of rain led to an unusual amount of vegetation, which led to an unusual number of new locusts. Swarms formed here in the unusually wet desert and made their way into surrounding areas, including East Africa, which itself had just experienced historic flooding in late 2019 from heavy rains caused by an unusually warm Indian Ocean. A single perfect storm isn't enough to bring in swarms of locusts of this size. It takes a series of them, something that used to be really rare in this area. But unfortunately, extreme weather that used to be really rare suddenly...
All right, so what's going on? So, like, how can you not believe that the Bible is not real? How? It's not possible. You understand? What happened in Egypt is happening right now.
Right.
You understand? Like, did you hear the facts it was dropped? It says that the swarm itself is 3 times the size of New York City. You understand? And at the beginning of the swarm, it ate enough it killed up enough crops that enough where 10,000 people would eat in a day. In a day. You understand? And because the ground is extremely moist and fertile because of the excessive rain, they just laying eggs. So you got the locusts flying in the air, then you got the babies crawling on the ground. You understand? So so that's why like in the Bible, go back to Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go back to Exodus and read what it says. So now that we've seen like physically what it is and what they do, let's go back to biblically. Go ahead.
Come. This is the continuation of Exodus 10 and 5.
Matter of fact, go back to start at verse 4.
Come. This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. And they shall cover the face of the earth.
So we know now scientific facts. You can't denote science, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible has no science, right? You know what I'm saying? Moses, he was telling them what was going to happen before it was going to happen. He said that the locusts would cover the face of the earth. So those are the babies that are coming out of the ground because they're grasshoppers. They can't fly yet. You understand? And you saw from the footage, it looked like the earth was moving. But it was baby grasshoppers. They were eating the morsels that was left on the ground that those from the top that were flying didn't finish. Because just like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like when you eating, crumbs come out your mouth and hit the floor, right? The baby's eating the crumbs. You understand? Keep reading.
That one cannot be able to see the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall eat the residue.
They shall do what?
Eat the residue
of
that which is escaped.
You understand? So whatever's left over from the swarm that's flying, you understand, landing on the crops, because they just munching, just getting down, they just munching. Whatever's dropping to the ground, they eat. You understand? So you can't even get a morsel of wheat. You can't get a kernel of corn. You understand? You can't get a bushel of sugar cane. Nothing. You understand? They are wiping out everything. But the Bible isn't real, right? You understand? What happens in the scriptures doesn't happen in real life, right? The Bible's a fairy tale. Water's never turned to blood in real life. You understand? Like, go ahead, brother. Give y'all the mic.
If I could, sir, what you're saying is absolutely very heavy because it's like, you just said that we don't believe water can turn into blood, but and then when it happens, like, well, scientifically, the fish are bleeding or something. They try to paint the picture for them, but it's like.
See, and what they don't understand is like Like, this is written by us, right? So we speak in parables and analogies and slang every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. Man, what's up, tea kettle? You know what I'm saying? You call me, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Can't, like, the pot called the tea kettle black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, blood thicker than water. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that he gonna turn the water to blood, he's talking about the color, not that it's physical blood.
Right.
You feel me? And it's happening right now. Like, you can, as General Hyman says, go in your Google machine and type in red tide. It's happening all over the world right now. It started in 2018 and it's still happening. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's annually now, to where where it's normal fishing season, like they're having, like normal companies that sell fish are going out of business. You understand? Like, this isn't a game. Another biblical plague, you know what I'm saying? Locusts. It's happening right now from East to West Africa. That happened this year.
Right.
You understand? This is not a game. Like, get your mind right. Like it says in Revelations, come out of her, my people, so you are not partakers of her plagues. Like, this is serious, man. Life altering. You understand? No sweat out. All right, so let's go to no sweat. Yabakan, you got it? All right, no sweat. All right, so let's go back to Luke 21 and let's see. Luke 21 and 10. Oh, Salakia, Quinaz.
Sir.
If we could see me one more time about Pashah, where you go? What? When you gotta go ahead and read it.
Okay. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
And what?
And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
Okay. All right. So let's see what's a byproduct of earthquakes. All right. Let me pull this up on the screen.
Something weird happened over the Arabian Peninsula.
Fives. Today we're doing the top 5 largest sinkholes captured on video. Number 5. A man in Russia is on his way to work, but suddenly he notices something unusual take place in front of him. A large cement truck sinks into the street. According to authorities, this event was actually caused by a small sinkhole. Luckily, however, the driver managed to escape unharmed. Number 4. There appears to be a fairly large pothole in the middle of this highway. Drivers react accordingly by avoiding the obstruction. But over time, the pothole forms into something much more menacing. A large chunk of road falls away, revealing a massive sinkhole. This must be the worst time to be stuck in traffic, but thankfully everyone eventually manages to get out of danger. Number 3. In 2012, authorities in Louisiana investigate a report of a sinkhole which was concerning nearby residents. They approach the sinkhole in a small boat. and then, amazingly, witness the sinkhole expanding in front of them. The sinkhole swallows up trees like butter and churns the lake into a mixture of dirt and debris. Authorities believe an underground salt cavern may be responsible for creating the sinkhole. Number 2. Aerial footage shows one of the largest sinkholes ever recorded in Russia. A massive 125-meter wide sinkhole forms directly in the middle of this small town, forcing hundreds of residents to evacuate. Authorities have since restricted this area due to safety concerns, and most residents have still not been allowed to return to their homes. Number 1. Lake Peigneur was a popular place to cool off in the summer for the people of Dalcombre, Louisiana. It is also home to one of the largest salt mines in the region. On November 20th, 1980, an oil drilling crew accidentally drilled from the lake into the salt mine below. This created a massive sinkhole, which caused Lake Peigneur to completely drain into the salt deposits below. Video footage captures the dramatic events unfold.
Site in Brevard County. Some were even.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna let it play through, so you know what I'm saying, because so you can catch up. But while y'all watching it, you know what I'm saying, just understand like these things are biblical magnitude. You understand? Earthquakes in diverse places. You know what I'm saying? These things happen. Like, so there are earthquakes on Earth and there are earthquakes underwater. You understand? So what a sinkhole is, it's an erosion inside of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It causes a blank vault. You understand? And like this is happening now. You understand? This is also happened in the Bible. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So let me know when it stops, y'all. Because matter of fact, just go ahead and go. Give me Numbers 26. We're gonna start at 1. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that this is a game, right? You know what I'm saying? Like what's happening right now in the earth is the signs of the times that Christ was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we just showed all of these random sinkholes and just and I didn't even name all of them. That didn't show all of them. So you got sinkholes happening right now in China. They had a sinkhole that was happening in front of the White House. You understand? Sinkholes in California, sinkholes in Montana, sinkholes in Florida, in Istanbul, Africa, Austria, Australia, Denmark, Sweden. Like if you go, like I think ABC has an article, it's 64 photos from across the world in different countries, in different nations, that massive sinkholes are happening right now. But this is not being brought up in the news because they don't want to shake you. You understand? These are signs of the times. You understand? Give me Numbers. Numbers 26, starting verse 1.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 26, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass after the plague that the Lord spake unto Moses.
Hold on, after the what?
After the plague.
So after the plague, you know what I'm saying, the Lord spoke unto Moses. So the Lord, with the plagues going on, the Lord been speaking to Moses. You feel me? Just like while the plague's going on right now, the Lord is talking to the men of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. He is leading us to lead our people, to lead our nation, telling us to separate, come out of her, my people, so you be not partakers of their plagues. You understand? Like we just finished doing High Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. One of the points that was brought up in the lesson was talking about how when Mattathias said if anyone was zealous in the law, to follow after me. So what were they doing? You understand? Separating You understand? Like Mattathias said, come out of Hellenization, my people, so you be not partakers of their plagues. You understand? You feel me? And then during that time, of course, you had niggas that want to do their own thing. Just like figs, fake Israelite groups. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to get their own glory. You understand? There is no ism or schism in this body. You understand? Either the host will live or the ism and the schism will live. Both cannot. One has to die. And the ism and the schism will die. You understand? So this was after the plagues. You know what I'm saying? Or this like either before the plagues or when it's COVID-19 passed, after plague, this is the type of stuff that's gonna happen. That's how you know that this is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
Oh my God. That the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saying, verse 2, take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upward throughout their father's house, throughout their father's house, all that are able to go to war in Israel. Verse 3, and Moses and Eleazar the priest spake with them in the plains of Moab by Jordan, near Jericho, saying, verse 4, take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward.
You understand? So those are, and that's so powerful. Like that lets you know that Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, like everything we do is biblical. You understand? Like in the school, I believe like you have to be either 16 or 18. Like if you're 16, you gotta get permission from your father. You know what I'm saying? And even if even if you're a young man that comes to school, you gotta get permission from your parents because you're not old enough. You understand? To go to war and to go to camp. You understand? But like to be an eligible soldier, like regular, you gotta be 18, 20. You understand? Otherwise, you have to get permission from your parents. Everything that we do in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge is biblical. You understand? Keep reading.
Con. From 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. Verse 5, Reuben, the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanok, of whom cometh the family of the Hanakites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, verse 6, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. Verse 7, these are the families of the Reubenites, and they that were numbered of them were 43,730. Verse 8, and the sons of Palu and the sons of Palu, Eliab. Verse 9, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan.
We getting to it. Let's go.
And Abraham. This is that Dathan and Abraham, which were famous in the congregation.
They were what?
Were famous in the congregation.
They were what?
Famous in the congregation.
You know what I'm saying? So they was famous in the congregation. They was known. You know what I'm saying? This could be your Kanye's. You know what I'm saying? This could be your LeBron Jameses. You know what I'm saying? Well, Ray J ain't really famous, like you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, your Creflo Dollars, your TD Snakes. You understand? They were famous in the congregation. They was well known. They was upper crust Negroes. You know what I'm saying? The higher class of Israel, known in the earth. You understand? Keep reading.
Okay. who strove against Moses.
Who did what?
Who strove against Moses.
Uh-huh.
And against Aaron.
Uh-huh.
In the company of Korah.
Uh-huh.
When they strove against the Lord.
You understand? So, man, this don't really go into this. This gets straight to the nitty-gritty. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me pull the precept. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I want to say, hold on. It's the short one. Let's see. No. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get to it. Matter of fact, go to Numbers 16. That was like giving like the summary of it. You know what I'm saying? Go to Numbers 16. Start at about verse. I mean, since we didn't pretty much gave the precursor. Let's see, 16. Take it and censor, blah blah blah. Boom. All right, start at 20. There we go. It picks it up. So this is the actual full story. So I want to get into like how ism and schism creep in. You know what I'm saying? When you lead in your nation, you doing the right thing. You following the Lord. Now understand this, right? Why was the Lord only speaking to Moses? Let me ask that. Anybody know? You grown? Why was the Lord only speaking to Moses? Oh, get the mic. My young officer.
Because, you know what I'm saying, he was the one that was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So he was also teaching Israel at the time how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and he was leading them through the wilderness.
Okay, let's back up. Now, was the Lord only speaking to Moses originally?
Sir.
La. All right. Anybody else want to give it a try? All right, no sweat. All right. So the Lord originally, when he was passing out orders, he was saying it to the entire congregation. You understand? And the entire congregation said, let the Lord deal with you lest we die. Right? Nobody wanted to have it. Like think of it like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, Lord is a man of war. He, angry. You understand? So he giving out orders. It's sounding like the coming of the Lord. You understand? They were terrified. Think of, because everywhere the children of Israel went, there was a great cloud that followed them everywhere they went. Or better yet, they followed the cloud in the wilderness that led them. You understand? And the cloud, it was always thundering and lightning. The sky was always on fire at nighttime. You understand? And out of this cloud was the voice of the Lord. Right. You understand? You too are, bro. You too are. You understand? So when originally the voice was speaking to the whole congregation, it struck fear in everyone. You understand? So they said, Moses, let the Lord deal with you lest we die. You understand? So that's why the Lord only spoke to Moses. It wasn't because Moses chose for the Lord to speak unto him. It's because the lot fell on him. Right. Just like Commanding General Yohanan. Commanding General Yohanan didn't choose to become Commanding General. It's because everyone else left the truth and the lot fell on him. That's right. You understand? And he said, I'll be damned to let this truth fall on my watch. That's right. You understand? And now the truth is bigger and greater than it ever was. You understand? Now everybody got something to say about the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Right. You understand? And it's something about Commanding General Yohanan. What makes him the head under Christ? What made Moses the head under God? He was chosen. And remember this, Moses did not want to lead. Right. You understand? He made every excuse to not lead. He said, well, I got a speech impediment. Well, he said, well, let your brother speak for you and let him be your mouth and you be unto him as God. You understand? Does that not sound like it's blasphemy, right? Because a man isn't God, right? But he said, let you be unto Aaron as God because you're carrying my words. You understand? That's why we follow orders here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? Because it is the powers above you that lead and guide you. And the head power is the Most High. You understand? Under him is Christ. You understand? And the lot fell on commanding General Yohanan to lead this nation because everyone else wanted to be weak and do their own thing.
Right.
You understand? And they went out from us because they were never with us.
That's right.
You understand? Keep reading, now.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 21, separate yourselves from among this congregation.
So remember, Dathan, he was famous in the congregation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me give you a little backstory. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to go too far back because he kind of gave an overview. So Dathan, he was rallying some of the priests to go up against Moses to usurp him. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt, I want to get my own credit. I want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the head. And he's like, well, why should we listen to you? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to talk to us? Why we can't talk to God? You understand? He didn't choose this. Y'all decided this. You understand? Keep reading.
That I may consume them in a moment.
Hold on, Slocky. Hold on. Matter of fact, we gonna back up, man. It's so much in this story, bro. I mean, since this is the history class, we gotta get the history right. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Let's see. Go to drop back to. Let's see. Go to verse 10, and then what verse you at right now? Y'all comfortable to go there?
21, sir.
All right, hold that. We're going to go back to verse 21, drop down to verse 10, so we can get some backstory. Why the Lord said, separate yourself from this congregation. Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee. And seek ye the priesthood also? Verse 11.
Hold on. Man, we got to back up some more. Good night. Let's see. Let's see. Moses search great congregation. Let's see. Let's see. That's fine. Go keep reading.
Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord.
Matter of fact, no, we just gonna start at verse 1 bumping. We gonna run the whole story. We gonna run the whole story. We got time. It's 32. We gonna run it. Come on, let's go.
It's like This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 1.
Yeah.
Now Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men.
Okay, so this is where we left off in 26 in Numbers. All right, so let's go. Bam.
Verse 2. And they rose up before Moses.
So these the famous ones in the congregation. You got Korah, you got Kohath, you got Dathan, Eliab, and On. You know what I'm saying? They all rose up against Moses. You understand? Read.
And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel.
You know what I'm saying? They got their own camp within the camp.
Ooh-wee.
You know what I'm saying? They got their own camp within the camp. You understand? Yeah. Keep reading.
250 princes of the assembly.
You know what I'm saying? So they got 250 of the high ruling class, you understand, of the chief officers and captains under Moses. Keep reading.
Famous in the congregation.
Who?
Famous in the congregation.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't I just say your TDJs, your Kanye's, your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, you know what I'm saying? You know, like just like any nigga that you think like your Pharrells, niggas that wear dresses, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Anybody that think that they something that they not. You understand? Keep reading.
Men of renown.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them.
Okay, so look, because Yasharallah means prince of the power, right? We're a nation of kings and priests. So he's trying to use that against Moses. Like, you take too much upon yourself. We all holy. You know what I'm saying? We all kings and priests. You understand? Like, you doing too much, Moses. You think you the man. You know what I'm saying? We all the man. Keep reading.
Every one of them. And the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Verse 4.
And so basically he's saying, so Moses, you think you somebody? You know what I'm saying? You didn't elevated yourself above the congregation of the Lord? Now I ask you again, did Moses choose to deal with the Lord by himself? You understand? The congregation chose for him. They said, Moses, you deal with the Lord lest we die.
Right.
Now they see that the Lord that gave Moses all this power. He done parted the Red Sea at this point. He done turned the rivers of the water into blood. You know what I'm saying? All the fishes died, turned to stink. He didn't cast the locusts, you understand, to eat up everything. He didn't cause boils to come upon the Egyptians. You understand? That sounds like smallpox to me, but anyway. You know what I'm saying? He caused boils to come upon the Egyptians, their firstborns to die. You understand? Go ahead, Quinaz.
It's like, sir, it sounded like to me they was cool with being troopers. Now they want some rank now.
You feel me? You understand? You know what I'm saying? That, or that line from that Kanye song, no one man should have all that power.
Right.
You understand? But he didn't choose to have all the power. You put it on him because you didn't want to deal with the Lord. You rather deal with the man. You understand? That's just like today. You understand? You don't want to deal with the Lord. You want to deal with the Republican Party.
Good.
You want to deal with the Democratic Party. You understand? You want to deal with Obama. You don't want to deal with the Most High God. You want to deal with Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? You want to deal with Bill Clinton, even though he created the 3-strike rule, the reason why your uncle and your father is almost serving a life sentence and he ain't been home since you was 10. But you rather deal with the man and not deal with the Lord. You understand? Keep reading, huh?
Verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. Verse 5.
And the brother's so humble. You understand? He was hurt by it because everything he's done for his people. He sacrificed. He was out in the countryside living a dream, got a wife, got some kids, you know what I'm saying? He inherited land from his father-in-law, Jethro. He good. The Lord called him to do this. You know what I'm saying? The Lord called him to do this for his people. He sacrificed his life of luxury. You understand? He had his 40 acres and a mule, but his people was locked up. You understand? His people was working for $10 an hour. You understand? His people were homeless. His people were getting gunned down by police brutality. What we look like saying, we in the truth, they in the world. Paul said that my hope is that all of Israel shall be saved.
Right.
You understand? Like Commanding General Yohana said, give us your crack addicts, your ex-drug addicts. You understand? Give us your ex-cons, your felons. Give us your whores. You understand? And we'll turn them into priests and prophets of the Lord. We'll turn them into daughters of Zion. Because the scripture says that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You understand? Everybody that you praise in this Bible was a killer.
That's right.
Everybody that you praise in this Bible was an ex-whore.
Right.
Everybody that you praise in this Bible was an ex-con. Everybody. Everybody went to jail. Everybody. Or on the run from the laws. The niggas that you discard. The niggas that you hate. You understand? The niggas that you call ghetto. The niggas that you tell get a job. You understand? Majority of the priests and prophets of the Lord were homeless. You understand? But you tell your priests and prophets of the Lord, they get a job. You understand? This is the work of the Lord. Go ahead, you're right.
Like here, if I may, you know what I'm saying? How most sisters be like, well, Christ, that's my husband. That's my man. But don't you understand? Christ ain't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
What did he say? He said birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have nowhere to lay his head.
Nowhere to lay his head. And half you sisters won't even deal with a man with a working at McDonald's.
You understand?
He can't even make $7.25. Christ ain't make a dime.
The prophets that were under Obadiah that he saved were living in caves. You understand what I'm saying? But you praise homeless men. That's how hypocritical Christianity is.
That's right.
You understand? When you see true priests and prophets of the Lord out here looking like men of war, you call us crazy. You understand? Let's get back to the story.
Verse 5. And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will shew who are his, and who is holy.
Don't that sound so One West? So UBK? You know what I'm saying? General Muhammad said on Cross the Line, join whatever camp you want to join.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a Christian, be a Christian. You understand? But understand, we are men of war. We are men of war. And to not be in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge means that you're on the opposing side. Right. And when we go to war, we're going to find out who the Lord is with. Right. You understand? That is the UPK way. You understand? That is the Israelite way. You understand? Keep reading.
And who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him. Verse 6. This do, take you censers, Korah and all his company. Verse 7. And put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord thou chose, he shall be holy.
He shall be what?
He shall be holy.
What does holy mean?
Separate, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Give both y'all selves a hand. You know what I'm saying? I see you, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it says, whom the Lord chooses, he shall be what? Separate. You understand? Kodash, holy. He shall be separate. So you and your boys, y'all want to be the head? No sweat. Go burn your incense. Go burn your frankincense and myrrh. Face east. Pray. You understand? And tomorrow, we're going to see who the Lord separates. You understand? That's what holy means. You know what I'm saying? We're a nation of kings and priests because we're separate. We're not like anyone upon the face of the earth. Like General Muhammad said something over the weekend while he was out there at the West Coast Cookout. He said he was joking with one of his wives, and they said, you know, you can just tell a UPK brother. They just walk a certain way. You understand? Like you can just tell them by the walk. You understand? That comes from going to war.
Right.
You understand? There's something about you, the countenance on your face. You understand? Like you know, like how we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like the white woman was scared at your job because you just saw UPK. We have a certain way we talk. We talk very direct, but to a Christian it's harsh. You understand? To someone that's not in the truth, why you gotta be so hard? Why do you have to be so weak? You understand? Like our women are far above rubies.
Right. That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Our women are capable of doing and managing things that a normal woman could not. You understand? Because they understand that strength is in meekness, it's in humility. You understand? It doesn't mean that you are something to be trifled with. You understand? Because if any man knows anything, you understand? He wants the love of his woman. You understand? He does. You're supposed to be our peace. But when I come home and I'm talking to you and you're not saying nothing, well, what's wrong? And she hitting you with the one words, nothing. I'm okay. And then on top of that, and she's still serving you? Okay, baby, what you need? What's going on? Right. You understand? The scripture says that a silent woman is a gift from the Lord. You understand? Under the truth in the Apocrypha, the next thing that was greater to that was a woman, because a woman could take the crown off the king's head and strike him and not be killed. You understand? And our sisters realize that, but they are virtuous. Only in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge you're going to find true strength on what a man is supposed to be and how a woman is supposed to be.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading now.
Come. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. Verse 9. And Moses said unto Korah, hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. Verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you that the power of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord.
You know what I'm saying? You think it's too small of you to light incense.
Damn.
You think it's too small of you to light the menorah. You know what I'm saying? You think it's too small of you to sweep the floors of the temple. You think it's too small of you to cook for your brethren. You understand? You think it's too small of you to set up camp. You think it's too small of you to put chairs out for brothers and sisters to sit down. You think it's too small of you to change out the cat litter. Brother, I had to clean up dog feces in a brother's house, in a garage with no AC in the middle of summer. Can you imagine what that garage smelled like? But we held class. You understand what I'm saying? Are you talking to me about cleaning the toilet in the bathroom, Mark?
Right.
You understand? I guess you don't know the story about John the Baptist's father. His job in the temple was lighting incense. And Christ said that there was no greater prophet unto John the Baptist. You get what I'm saying? Do not take your work lightly. You don't know who you are, who you will be, or who you will give birth to. Take your job as a priest seriously. I don't give a damn if you're a trooper. I don't care if you're an officer of 50. I don't care if you're a sister. Take your job and your office seriously. Because without you, there is no kingdom, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. And you bringing forth your children into the earth is growing the kingdom of heaven. Right. Don't take your office lightly. Keep reading.
And to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. Verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee. And seek ye the priesthood also.
You know what I'm saying? So the service of the Lord ain't good enough. But you want to seek the whole priesthood. You know what I'm saying? They say heavy is the head that wears the crown, but you don't realize that till you try to put it on yourself.
Right.
You understand? You think you can be? You think you can do what Commanding General Yohana does? No sweat. Let's see you try. Commander Yohana, give my office back. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know the weight that those shoulders carry. You don't know the weight that the shoulders of the generals carry. You don't know the weight that the captains carry. I came up in this truth side by side, shoulder to shoulder in the trenches with Captain Yatasai.
Right.
You understand? This brother's phone rings non-stop. Non-stop. You understand? What you think a general's phone rings like? What do you think Commanding General Yohana's phone rings like? You think that you can deal with the woes, the concerns of this nation? This is not a light thing, guy. You know why Commanding General Yohana is a great leader? Because he remembers what it's like to be a student.
Right.
He remembers what it's like to be a trooper, an officer, and a captain. He remembers these things. You know what he does? He teaches the men up under him to do the same thing. Like a great father would to sons. That's what we all are. We are sons and daughters. Princes and princesses of the power. Keep reading.
Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is
against the what?
Against the Lord.
To come up against his truth is to come up against the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Like, I always taught the Christians, like, we talking about the Bible, right? So, because I don't want to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, pork, it's a problem? The Bible says so. You believe in the Bible, right? I'm following the Bible. What you want to do is what you want to do. But as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord.
That's right.
Keep reading.
And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? Verse 12. And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up.
They said what?
We will not come up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you was big and bad before, saying that, oh, brother, we all kings. We all priests. You doing too much, Moses. You know what I'm saying? We got 250 of the elders of the congregation rolling with us. You summoning us? Nigga, please. That's what they saying. You understand? Just like in the book of Esther, when the king summoned his first wife, she was like, nigga, I'm the queen. Nigga, I'm not coming. You know what happened? He took everything from her. He took her life and her livelihood from her. The thing that she loved the most, her being a queen, her status. Let's find out what the Lord's going to do. Read.
Verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness?
Just like a nigga in the world. Fat on the world. Fat on his 401k. His investments in the stock market. Nigga, you gonna have me leave all of this? Leave my debt and my student loans to start back at zero? You mean that you don't owe anybody? That you can get your own land? You can build your own house for you and your family? That you're treated as a man and equal? I'm confused. Read.
Except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. Verse 15. And Moses was very wroth.
He was pissed off. You understand? All right, so for time's sake, let's go drop down to verse 20. No, we said 21.
Verse 21. Separate yourselves from among this congregation.
This is the Lord talking to Moses. Keep reading.
That I may consume them in a moment.
That he can do what?
Consume them in a moment. Verse 22. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?
Drop down to 25.
Verse 25. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. Verse 26. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men.
Salaki, drop down to 30.
Verse 30. But if the Lord make a new thing.
29.
Verse 29. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me.
So he said, if these men die of natural causes, the Lord did not send me. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 30. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth.
Do what?
Open her mouth.
A sinkhole. Read.
And swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
Understand there were no sinkholes in the earth until Moses. The Lord did a new thing to prove Moses' point that he was with the Lord. You understand? Right. What's happening in the earth is because the Lord was with the children of Israel. Right. What you just saw, what I showed through visual, that's happening in every nation across the world is because the Lord is with you. He's opening up the mouth of the earth all over the planet. You understand? Keep reading. Real quick, I got 2 minutes.
Verse 31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. Verse 32. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up.
And did what?
And swallowed them up.
Keep reading.
And their houses.
And they what?
And their houses.
Keep reading.
And all the men that appertained unto Korah. And all their goods. Verse 33. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit. And the earth closed upon them.
Good night. Ball game. You understand? But the Bible isn't real. We've shown you biblical famine caused by locusts right now that's happening. We've shown you the water being turned to blood, all of the sea animals in it dying. Please research red tide in your spare time. You understand? It's a biblical plague. We've shown you sinkholes that are happening all over the earth right now. You understand? That didn't happen until the time of Moses. You understand? Because the Lord was with his chosen.
Right.
You understand? And with that, we're going to say Amaju, which means to stand. Sar, turn and face the east. You understand? We're going to say the Lord's Prayer, first in Hebrew, then in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadah.
Wadah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak Wakah.
Malak Wakah.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Batazayaka.
Batazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Yatalanawa.
Yatalanawa.
Lahom. Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawakinawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabi'aynawa.
Kabi'aynawa.
Badisaya 1.
Badisaya 1.
Ball.
Ball.
Hawashaynawa.
Hawashaynawa.
Bayah.
Ayah.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Wahata para.
Wahata para.
La'awalamium.
La'awalamium.
Amon.
Amon.
In English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us.
And forgive us.
Our debts.
Our debts.
As we forgive.
As we forgive.
Our debtors.
Debtors.
And lead us not.
Lead us not.
Into temptation.
To temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, turn and face the front. Go give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Individual. Mighty Shabbat. Value. Rock. Yahweh Shem Yo Shabbat Bo. Yazmatah. Sar. Turn and face the sister. Individual. Mighty Shabbat. Abaju. Rock. Yahweh Shem Yo Shabbat.